Right, ladies and gentlemen, so this week Chris is away, so we didn't do the podcast, so I'm just going to have a quick catch up with our CEO here to see how business is going and what we're up to and what's changed. And I know you visited this with Igjot a couple of months ago,
yeah.
But he's now gone off to Brazil.
Is it Serbia? I thought.
Oh, is it Serbia? I thought it was Brazil. You told me it was Brazil.
Serbia.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a long way. 4 days for Brazil.
That's what I was saying, like. Yeah, so Igjot's off to Serbia.
Yeah.
Chris is on holiday.
No, he's working from Leeds.
Working from Leeds. Well, my information has been.
Possibly today. Is he off today?
I don't know, but
I've got what's the info.
Either way, the government shut down, so like the news is far and few between. So it's he probably took the best 2 weeks to actually not be here because
half term, right?
he's there's a lot of stuff that we're just running out of to talk about. But look, there's a lot of stuff going on here, so we're going to talk about this, right?
Yeah, loads.
So since the last time you guys were talking, you were talking about a lot of your algo development.
Yeah.
And you were talking a lot about the copy trading thing that we were working on.
Yeah.
So really, let's start off with that, and then really like the main thing that I want to talk about today is the scholarship program, which we're now calling. We're rebranding to the Grad Scheme, right? For a reason, but we'll get to that. So, okay, so let's start off with the whole algo situation. So, last time we talked, you had a News-algo that was in development.
Yeah.
So how is that going at the moment?
Yeah. So we're running a few different algos around the news.
Okay.
One of our main ones is the economic data one.
Okay.
And obviously we've had the government shutdown last.
So it was finished just in time for the government shutdown, right?
So yeah, there hasn't been too much going on that one.
Right. So maybe we're talking about a different kind of algo.
Obviously, so we got ones running on Trump.
Yeah.
Obviously,
His Truth Social.
Truth Social and Twitter as well on X, and we've had a few good trades in the last couple of weeks. Obviously with China, him mentioning that he was going to 100% tariff on China. That was a very nice execution. It's kind of what we wait for. We might only trade maybe 2-3 times a month on that algo. Okay. Sometimes Trump decides to get a bit more busier than normal, which is great.
I think he's got a meeting coming up soon with China. I'm hoping that they're going to resolve this soybean saga because I am currently in a soybean trade. Okay. And I'm really like you can see if you look at the chart, it's definitely a lot of room for movement there. So
yeah, but it's lucky. I mean, obviously, the algo managed to catch that move. Okay. The guys in here were meant to catch that move, but they were having a mothers' meeting, I think, which is why sometimes you need the algos.
Yep.
In the background, in case they decide to play ping pong or got to lunch.
I know there's a lot of distractions I see going on.
So yeah, obviously, other than that, it's been quite quiet in general, probably on the news, especially with the economic data, the government shutdown. Yep. But yeah, we're making good progress on the algos. Prince is working hard. I think he was on the podcast with you. Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, and then we recently hired another one through our VTCT program.
And that's Anish.
Anish,
yeah. I was talking to Anish as well, and he's he's more developing technical algos, right?
That's it. Yeah. Unlike unlike what I normally like.
I know you don't like the technicals, so you know.
But he's got about 7 or 8 different systems running. Okay. That we're simultaneously monitoring. We've added one of them on our copy trading system.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's a 2-hour time frame. It's up 28% in 2 months. Incredible.
I wonder if that's the same one that I was talking. So I checked with him, and he said that he was up about 15%, and that was like in a couple of weeks.
Possibly.
I wonder if it's that same one.
Probably is. No, it's up 28%. It's literally even gold today down 5%. A big move. and it's just catching all these big moves.
This is the algo that not only so it sells until then that there's a buy signal, and then it will just completely swap and then buy as well.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's
and
a good
on the
notion.
2 hour time frame where we're getting these quite large moves on different products, sort of trades S&P, Nasdaq, oil, gold, Bitcoin.
So it's on all of them individually.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
The strategy and the system is plugged into the different asset classes, and it's cool. Yeah, managed. I mean, 28% in 4 months is amazing. So
how long do you think he was? How long would you say that algo was in development for?
So we worked actually with someone that's come through our one-to-one program as well. Actually,
oh, okay.
He sort of introduced us to the system that he's been watching for a long while, and Anish helped. Between myself, him, and Anish, we helped him sort of develop it into a strategy.
Yeah.
Plus, add a lot of different parameters to it to fine tune it and make it better. So it's been back tested a while, and we've managed to fine tune it to start getting some more consistent results. So, and then when we feel like it's ready to go live, we then implement it on the copy trading system.
Okay, that's cool. So funny, I was actually talking about this the other day, whether it was on a stream or whether it was on TikTok or something. I was saying that a lot of other places that you go for courses, they would like spoon feed you a strategy, whereas we don't do that here. We give people the tools to develop their own strategy, and it seems like that's kind of paying off, because we get such a broad range of strategies to kind of like develop into algos and stuff.
Yeah, I think obviously for the grads or scholars, it's been a little bit different, where we've sort of spoon-fed them how we want them to interact and trade the news, and giving them set strategy and system. But ultimately, as a company, we don't need to employ 100 people to do the same thing. We're always looking for innovative strategies and people to come up with different ideas, so we can grow our portfolio rather than have everyone.
Well, it's diversified.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we try and sort of give them a broad interest of the market, and don't get me wrong, Chris and Enzo, we give them a system of how to implement the strategies with the right risk and psychology and everything behind it, and also Chris teaches you different systems that they can use.
Yeah.
But then we try and let them have their own sort of go away, do some research, and build a system on what we've taught you. If that makes sense, rather than be like, have to do this at this time and so on.
Yeah. So how difficult? I know obviously Anish and Prince are the main people, but you must sit in on these meetings and stuff like that. How difficult is it to take somebody's idea and turn it into an algo? Because surely a lot of the ideas are kind of like human based. So how do you make it completely mechanical for an algo?
Yeah, it depends. I think technical strategies are quite easy. Actually.
Okay.
Like we could probably do that pretty quickly. We just implement whatever the strategy is, and it can be done in a couple of weeks. That's on the news side of things, it's been quite more challenging, because you can read a tweet or a headline, and as a human we can really kind of understand if that means, I don't know, he's going to tariff China now, or he's just making an assumption that, or talking about what he might do.
Yeah.
Whereas like the AI still element of it might misread it, or the human element is difficult to catch. It's taken more time, like trying to input the right keywords to.
Which is what you've done with your news.
Yeah, which is what we've had to do, but it takes a little bit more time. So I'd say technical side of things is quite easy to do now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So talking about fundamentals, we basically decided about 3 months ago to take on what we're calling a scholarship program. So that was to give 3 students who knew very little to nothing about trading, and the idea was to just make them trade fundamental news, and kind of how you would maybe in like a prop style trading firm, there's many out there. So it took us about a month to find them. There was a a lot of inquiries, and we sat down with a lot of people, and we had to find the people with like the right psychology, the people that would be comfortable staring at a screen all day tirelessly. So 3 months on, we need to like just a quick summary first of how they're doing now.
I think their progress has been great. It took a good 6 weeks for them to get to understand how we want them to trade, and really making sure they do the research, prepare the right things with the news, and then we're starting to see 2 months later the results, and I would say 3 out of the 4 of them regularly up every week.
Okay, I would say, because we've implemented Trader of the Week, and now we're following it up with the proof, just to show people, like the trades they took, because it's very easy to sell. We're X amount up, but I would say for the last month, every week they've basically consistently, at least 2 of them have consistently been up every single week. Some weeks 1%, some weeks 2%. But over the last few weeks, we've had Finlay, who's really shone through, and he was up like 20% one week. That is quite a feat for somebody who literally.
I think it shows what can be achieved. Like, obviously, we have in this office 10, 20 years of experience, and we can just in a couple of months we can just pass that knowledge and experience down to be able to fast track people to learn a lot quicker. We've kind of been through it all. We know what works, what doesn't. So it can kind of speed up the process to be like, right, just trade this way. From my experience, that's what I've done in a way. Only trade this way. I don't want to see any other trades to what I'm telling them.
No.
And it shows the results, but that's come from obviously 10 years of experience, understanding what works and what doesn't. But it just shows how quickly we can, we can turn someone from nothing into now making, say, $2,000 a week.
Yeah, so they found like a little edge in sort of like analyst ratings, which is good, but obviously you have to kind of understand that we pay for the Reuters terminal here, which costs like $2,000 a month. Oh, even more than that, is it? Yeah. Okay, so they're basically reading certain keywords that we've sort of like put on the terminal, doing some quick calculations, and I find it I find it great that they're, even now with the government shutdown, they're still actually managing to probably make more profit. They've probably been more profitable, like in the last,
But the thing is, I've always said, like, the figures and stuff, you got to try and manually trying to trade figures is hard, because you're competing against the algos.
Yes.
So they have to be quick. The news where they're going to make their money is, like the buttons we have.
Yeah.
And, if Trump comes out and says anything, that's why they have to be at their desk waiting all the time.
And not playing ping pong.
Not playing ping pong, yeah. But they might be sitting there all day bored, but that's part of the game, because you might only get 1 or 2 big trades a week.
Yeah.
But the analyst ratings again, when I actually started trading, say 8-9 years ago, that was one of the first things.
Oh,
I
really?
used to trade.
Yeah. So that was your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Which now they've fallen back to, because obviously there's no other news.
Yeah. So, and they've done their own, they've added to it. They've done their own work. They're doing good research on the stocks every day. They're, like we do on the figures, they're working out certain ranges and what's priced in and what's not. Trading news is all about what's priced in and what's not. So they're working out, is this stock priced in or not, and then that's giving them the edge to make the money. They are.
Well, with the analyst ratings, they're actually keeping a journal, so they can cross-reference to sources that credible sources. Because I was speaking to them earlier on, I was like, oh, there's a good one that's got a wild range, and they're like, yeah, but we don't trust that source, and we found in our sort of like back testing, so to speak, that kind of never bears fruit. So they've got now like just a select amount of banks and institutions that they actually kind of,
That's it. They know the ones that have the most weight, and then they've got their own little spreadsheet they've made where they work out what's worth trading and what's not. Is it a big analyst rating that's surprising to the market, and they're doing a good job.
So look, the main question is, we've implemented it.
Yep.
It's working. How long until we maybe put this out as a business idea, so people could actually come here, sit at a desk, learn off these guys as well, and off you and off everyone here, and start to kind of make their own profit as well.
Yeah, I think next step for these guys is they're live now. They're trading live money with the company.
Yep.
And we're just scaling risk up.
Seeing how their heads cope with it as well,
because
right?
going from a demo environment to live environment can be pressurizing.
Of course.
And affect you. So kind of that's our next step for them now, and they're already doing a good job now trading live, which is good to see. So I think we're just going to scale that up first.
Yeah.
Get their capital allocation higher.
Okay.
And then sure, there's desks available.
Maybe in the new year.
There's a few desks available where we can offer this out to more people looking for the opportunity.
No, I think it's a great idea, and not only is it a good idea for us, but it's also a good idea for anyone that's coming who's really wants to get into trading. And we've kind of shown within 3 months you can actually start being profitable, which, let's be honest, I know you go on YouTube and everyone will tell you use a strategy, you'll be profitable instantly, but generally from the guys I've talked to on TikTok and over the stream, that unfortunately isn't the case.
No.
But where here it does seem that is the case, because also as well, I think you're taking a lot of the psychological side out of it. You're seeing numbers, you're doing a calculation. If that calculation is right, you do a trade. It's as simple as that, right?
Yeah, I think that's why I've always, trading news just does that. You're in and out, waiting for the news. There's nothing in between. There's no emotions really. And then also having Enzo on the floor, who kind of manages people who are trading technical side of things and their risk management.
Yeah. Just
to systemize everything, because that is where a lot of people go wrong.
Yeah, I think it's especially if you're trading quick news like them, it's very important to kind of get into them that stop loss has to be mandatory.
Yeah, and also like when you're getting in the news, it should go in your direction straight away. So your stop loss is tight anyway.
Yes.
And if it's not going in your direction straight away, you really just need to cut the position, because you're probably wrong, because the news is probably already priced in. That's why it's not going in your favor straight away.
Well, I mean, I think what you're doing is you're just trading in line with everyone else who's got the same trade ideas. So all of these institutions and banks, they're all just doing the same thing at the same time. Obviously, they're probably getting in a little bit quicker, but it doesn't mean that you can't still catch a very tiny amount of that move. And
and also like institutions, hedge funds, they're all like long-term positioning. They're not. If Trump says something quickly, they don't really like that.
Oh, really?
They're trading millions and millions. It's not easy to just adjust all their.
I suppose you don't get filled, do you?
So really, the people that are profiting on this is us, really, and the other prop firms that do trade news around the world. Because a lot of the big boys, they can't just switch their whole portfolios straight away. They have to kind of reposition and so on.
Well,
which is why sometimes you see the initial move and then you see it come back up, because the liquidity and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. So, okay, cool. So, also, should we talk about the prop firm and how that's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prop firm's going well.
Yeah.
We've just launched our World Cup of trading.
Yeah, I mean that's quite cool, because we went to Egypt, we had the idea over a few cups of tea at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Should we say cups of tea?
Yeah.
Our first night, and suddenly the idea was born, and Yeah. So how is the World Cup going? The competition going? I mean, I've even had people join it from TikTok. So I've had actually people come on and say, "Yeah, I've actually joined the competition. I'm representing the UK. I'm representing, Cameroon was another one."
Yeah.
So at the moment, how it works is if you buy an account, as I understand it, it means you have a chance to represent your country if your country gets allocated. So each country needs to have how much allocation?
They need to have 1 million on the allocation.
Okay, so,
capital.
Okay, so if I buy a $1,000 account, that would be $1,000 closer to the £1 million capital.
Yeah.
So what country at the moment has?
I think India and England, UK are leading. I think.
Okay.
I can't.
You
I
can't
double check that.
Okay. Well, mind you, probably changing every day,
yeah,
right?
I don't think the team out in Africa will be too happy with me saying that, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check the stats. But no, it's good. So we're just on the qualification process now.
How long?
And then once the qualifiers are done, I think till December.
Okay.
And then we'll start rolling out the official sort of competition.
So have you
their country.
Is there already a fixed plan in place for that, or?
Yeah, it's all planned, and there's some lucrative prizes.
Yeah, I've heard. There's a car, there's an iPhone, and there's some funded accounts, and yeah. So it sounds cool. If you had to put your money on one country, who would you think would if he was a gambling man?
That's a difficult one.
Maybe you shouldn't, because maybe the
I
prop firm's
don't
yours.
want to upset. We got some amazing affiliates around the world. I don't want to upset certain ones.
Okay, you don't mind anyway, like, because you're sitting on the fence.
Well, look, we obviously we want as many good traders as possible. So yeah, we're just excited to see who can win the competition.
Yeah,
and then we can also start adding them to our automated trading systems as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's evident that you are also utilising the prop firm to sort of like not make but meet great traders, because we're actually running the global employment plan as well. So from what I understand, our prop firm is like a challenge-based style prop firm. So when you hit a certain level, you'll get a payout. Now, if you can do 5 in a row, it means that we would actually consider employing you and taking you on, and you can trade like our capital and stuff like that. So you can actually get yourself out of the prop firm space and trade like a sizable account from our investors as well, correct?
And being in an environment like this on the trading floor.
Oh, so you would actually let them come to the UK as well if they were from overseas?
Yeah.
So maybe even talk about sponsorship and stuff like that?
Well, sponsorship is always available as well, so there's opportunities, that's what the program's about. If you want employment in your country, or if you want to come to the UK as well, there's that option, global employment. So yeah, we're always looking for the best traders, I
think everyone is, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's where the big money is, and we're connected to some, we've got some good funds around us.
Okay.
So yeah, always looking for top traders.
So you mentioned before about affiliates. So we at the moment have got quite a few affiliate schemes going on. So people can also reach out to us if they think that they have a community, and they can sort of like, so if you become an affiliate, what products is it that you would be selling from us? Why don't we list off all the products?
So you've got obviously all our educational courses.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Obviously the level 5 programs.
Yep.
One-to-one programs. We've got our internship. Experience programs. The trading floor opportunities, and then obviously the prop.
Okay.
So they're the main products that you can sell as an affiliate, and obviously we have a very good compensation scheme for that as well. Okay,
and we're also helping support them with some advertising, and obviously we do a lot of social media here. So we kind of like they're kind of sort of like helped along the way. So it's not just like here's all the products, see you later.
As much as possible. We've actually just opened up an office in Pakistan, believe it or not.
Oh really?
Yeah. So we've just recently opened up a trading floor there, which is exciting.
I bet the rent's cheaper there than it is here, right?
It's a little bit cheaper, yeah. But yeah, we're growing our affiliate network around the world, and yeah, we try and empower them as much as possible with all the marketing material, and also what we do here with yourself on our live trading.
Yeah.
We collaborate with a lot of them, don't we, when we go live and stuff as well. So yeah, lots of opportunities.
Well, that's something I need to work on about. Yeah. Being able to bring people in, live traders with their screens and stuff like that as well. And
the greatest thing about Egypt is like you're only as I said that when I was speaking, you're only as good as your team, right? And we're trying to grow a big network of people to push. We've been around for 10 years, push this brand as far as possible, and we've got a good team, and we want to just grow that and enhance that.
So how long have you actually been using affiliates up to date?
I think I met Ash and his team about 3-4 years ago now.
Oh, so it's basically a system that's been in place for quite a long time.
I'd say 2-3 years.
And now we're just really trying to push it out and grow it even more as our company expands.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, the last thing to talk about, I suppose, is all the educational side of things. So at the moment we're doing placement schemes. So if you are at university, you can come here and you can learn sort of like financial analyst duties, which could help you land a job through like a work experience style thing. So that's going quite well.
Yeah, we've got quite a few placement students in there at the moment. They just get the opportunity to be on a trading floor and gain experience in different areas, whether that's financial trading, whether that's being with you in the marketing side.
Yeah.
And then also like on the support side of the business. So there's not just opportunities for the trading side, which obviously a lot of people are interested in.
Yeah.
So via the placements we give a good opportunity.
Okay, and then moving on to the VTCT side of things. Yeah. Struggled for a good few months to say that, but I've really learned how to say VTCT. So yeah, I mean that's also basically an industry recognised diploma.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's something we're offering as well. So
it's amazing. We've done this since we started. Pretty much, we have the VTCT course, and it's just like, where can you do a 2-year degree in 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Level 5 qualification in 6 weeks. We do have the level 7 as well, which is the equivalent to a master's. To get that opportunity to do the course, get a qualification in just a short period of time, and to be on the trading floor and get live experience as well. So it's one of our main courses, and actually probably 80% of our staff now that we've hired comes from the VTCT course. So it just shows that if you're putting the effort in, we're giving people the opportunity afterwards as well.
So you said that we're going to sort of start doing the level 7.
Yeah, in the new year we're going to start teaching the level 7.
That's exciting stuff. Yeah. And that's the same as a master's degree.
It's equivalent to a master's, yeah.
And that can be obtained within the 6 weeks as well.
We haven't quite defined exactly what time frame we're going to do that in, and whether we combine it with a level 5. That's in sort of processing at the minute.
So what's the main difference between the?
It's just a little bit more advanced. There's things on algorithmic stuff and coding and more in-depth psychology and processes and behavioural aspects.
Was there options trading in there as well?
There is also options trading. So yeah, it's a bit more advanced basically of the level 5. Not as many actual working hours.
Okay.
As level 5, but it's just more advanced strategies.
Okay, cool. So that's the VTC and the placement students covered. So why don't we talk a bit more about the one-to-one and what we would call maybe the mastery program, correct?
Yeah, the mastery program.
Yep.
You know that quite well.
I started here as a salesman for the mastery program, and sadly realised that I couldn't sell anything. So my calling was obviously social media and streaming, which is why I initially actually come here. So, but listen, you will say that I can't sell anything, but I will say the one person that has stayed on from myself brings us crisps and chocolates and fruit every week, and that we had a big bottle of champagne. So I feel like it was a success for the team. Every time you're eating a bag of those crisps, just remember who put those crisps there. Yeah. Yeah. So just briefly run us through, because we do have actually quite a few people here from the Mastery Program, don't we?
Yeah. So the Mastery Program is a great program. You get one-to-one sessions with Chris, who has loads of experience.
Yep.
Teaches you in-depth strategies on a one-to-one basis. And then, you know, alongside that knowledge, you then get also Enzo, the psychologist, who can sort of really nail down a strategy for you moving forward. And like a risk management strategy as well. So combination of the two, plus trading floor experience, plus access to our coders to automate their strategy later down the line. So it's a really, really good program.
Well, especially if you choose to actually, most of them choose to actually come in-house and do that.
Yeah.
And I can't sort of like say how much extra you get just from being in a room with other traders, talking to them, you know, learning about their strategy. So it really just does help you develop your own style, right?
That's it. Yeah. I mean, the trading floor experience is like these guys are, you know, realizing the benefits of it. So that alone.
Well, they couldn't do this at home anyway because they couldn't afford 2,000 plus.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like the mastery is what, $350 a month over 12 months, something like that.
Yeah, that's for the top package. We do lower packages as well.
I mean, even that's cheap, right, for what you're getting. So,
I mean, in the long run, yeah, it's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, look, 2-3 months, these guys are making that easy in a week, right? So, in a trade.
Exactly.
So, yeah, just having the right application, you know, putting the systems that are being taught into place, and then you get your value for money.
Okay, great. Well, I think that concludes our little interview and catch up and how things are going. But you know, things to watch out for is we've got a trip to Tanzania, have we?
Yeah, possibly in January.
In January,
Tanzania, and then hopefully we're planning on heading to Dubai. Yeah.
That's with Ash and his lot, right?
Yeah, so we need a big few months for these guys to make us a lot of money, and our copy trading is going really well. So just need to keep building, you know, the trading aspects of the company, the algorithms, and so on. And we should be having a nice trip to Dubai, hopefully in the back end next year.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, even though we are choosing to go at the absolute hottest time of the year, and you know that I'm not the best one with the heat, so I'm basically I'm basically going to be melting. I might get, you know, maybe there's a suit that's like fully air-conned, like a space suit that's a fully air-conned space suit, and I can just walk around in that. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much, Brad, for the catch-up, and I suppose we'll probably have to pencil this in for another 3 months, or maybe we would have made so much money by then we might just throw all the streaming equipment out.
Well, you've got a few cameras since the last month.
Yeah. So
I've gone up a little bit.
I'm up. I'm moving up in the camera world, so not using my phone anymore as a secondary camera. All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot. See you in a few months.
Yeah, cool.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Bye.